This content may include adult language, so fair warning. Don't play this around anyone with virgin ears. Howdy, folks, and welcome to the Arrival Campaign, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play podcast. I'm Mike, the Dungeon Master, and with me, we have...
We have Blake playing Hamilton Richardson von Samson Castle Smith.
Han playing as Tsia.
Riley playing as Vera.
I'm Jake Hody playing Cal.
Look at them. They're finally
Can I invoke a rule?
Yeah,
if I have
what
to
is
go
the rule?
first every single time, I get to set like the standard and the tone in which everybody else needs to introduce themselves.
You did your
Deal.
best.
Can we make that a rule?
I think you did your best.
Can we
Let's redo
make
this
that?
intro.
No, let's not read.
it's
No,
too
we're not
late
reading.
now.
We're the fourth
We don't have
time.
to read it.
Michael Willis is a motherfucking bitch.
Nah, I am, and I'll take it as
Did
such.
you just say his first and last name?
Look,
He should be offended at
Jake
that.
Cody, it is
Nah,
not
dog,
mine.
we should just restart. It's too.
Doctrine.
It's
No.
too much.
Yeah, to
Stop.
go on,
No,
go on
we're
our
going.
fourth take.
We only look forward. We only look forward.
Guys, this is our 15th take of
Why?
this intake.
Why?
Well, I'm joking. We're not doing
Why?
that.
Okay, I was
You
gonna
did
say.
real good. I'm real proud of you,
Wait,
Blake. I
I'm gonna get
love,
off.
love the energy. I love the energy. It's not your fault or mine that Jake Cody is a rock. So, with that, let's do a little recap of what last left off. When we last left off with our players, the wonderful, faithful soldiers of Arcadia, they had just met their High Commander, Nanthar Borstan, as well as their direct officer, Mr. Major Highwinter. They were told about the situation of the land, that essentially these 100 or so men and women who have been designated to assigned here in Brayton, the new continent of Brayton, the new world. These 100 or so men and women were going to be utilized at their full potential to work as smaller tactical teams throughout the region. Half of them would be assigned to the southwestern fort to deal with issues there, while the other half would be assigned within the walls of Fort Vicestead. And I have to be very careful about that because I took a listen on our last episode. Totally said Fort Daxio. Shout out, Critical Role. Love
I
your
did
work.
say Daxia. Damn.
You did
Oh.
Daxio.
Yeah.
I also said Daxio. And Matt Mercer's a god and a
that's-
genius, and we all pay homage to
that's
him.
bad.
Love him. It's fine, whatever. This fort,
We aren't
this fort is
worthy.
called Vicestead. This city is also this city is called Vicestead. The fort is called Ardenfall. And I have too many names, and why am I a DM? Anyways, the heroes decided that with the relief of their captain, that they would head towards the chow hall within their barracks, and were allowed to report in at 9 in the morning tomorrow to receive their armaments, weaponry, ammunition from the... Oh, God. There we go. I think it's out of me, finally.
Jeez.
Their armaments and weaponry from the armorsmith, from the quartermastery, tomorrow when they will be assigned their tasks of scouting. So the four of you are all caught up, walking towards the barracks, a simple, modest, 4-story tall, 4 series of buildings right next to each other. In the very center of them, they kind of sit in a square where like each corner is a building, and then in the center of all of those buildings there seems to be a common place that connects all of them. This common place is essentially the chow hall. It is a building of itself. All of the entirety of the fort has a sort of white tile, marble, stone texture to everything, and you guys make your way here where it says chow hall essentially at the top, so it's a chow hall, and you head your way in. If you guys want to discuss anything, or I can just kind of leave it up to you, and we'll go right inside. No? All right. So you guys
I'm
make...
just thinking about Billy.
Oh, yes. In our
Yeah.
last episode, Billy Russo was unfortunately assigned to the southwestern fort and not this fort. But
Oh.
moving forward past the sadness, past the pain in your heart, you make your way inside the very large food chow hall area, and there are rows and rows and rows of tables and a large sort of buffet area at the far. Actually, it's like in the center. It's in the center of everything, and then tables kind of occupy 4 different corners of the room. Surrounding every wall seems to be different shields, banners, insigniae of different divisions back in Arcadia, and then in the center, surrounding like above the main like circular buffet area, there is the symbol and insignia of Fort Ardenfall. And you guys are able, at your leisure and want, there are a series of female dwarves and female elves who are sort of moving to the back farthest side of this room to bring out food and take in plates. People get up and come and leave and go from the food hall. People of all different ranks and sizes. It seems that furthest to the right is where a lot of the officers and higher ranking officials sometimes sit, but there's only a few of them. Whereas much of this place is the lower ranks and the lower officers such as yourselves. What is it that you are want to do? Unless you just want me to describe what kind of delicious foods they might have.
Was there like a fighting pit
in the cafeteria?
Yeah.
Roll perception.
I mean, this is like
roll it.
Okay.
No.
Ooh.
Okay.
With the 22, you see that no one is fighting in the Fort Ardenfall cafeteria of the barracks. But you wish there was. No, there isn't, unfortunately. I do apologize.
Thanks for the added sass, Dungeon Master.
I love you.
I mean, I thought stupid question when I asked if there was a Venice Beach workouts area of the campgrounds. And you know what? There happened to be one. So I don't need your sass.
I mean,
I want to fight something. It's been a while.
It has been 3. This is episode 3, and we have not seen combat. Says the soldiers. The soldiers of Arcadia have not seen a single combat in 3 episodes. But it only has been. It is the first day, essentially. Still for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you find the right people, you could fight in the Venice Beach training area. That might be a smarter place to fight. But no, in the kitchen, everyone is sitting at their tables when they eat.
Gym time's all about safety, Michael. I don't really know if fights should be going down around
you're right.
heavy objects like that. Yeah, no. That's really irresponsible.
I know. I said that earlier. I should have known. All right. What do you? There seems to be a buffet of loads of different breads. These like they're serving what looks to be just like basic sandwiches. So like they got loads of bread, so you can take as much bread as you want. But then there's like little plates that are set aside of basically a single fruit, like large apples or oranges. Like little plates of salad, and then there's different plates of sandwiches of just like a roast beef style rye bread thing. And it seems like it's not, there's not too much decision or variety, but at least it's a lunch as opposed to a fucking breakfast 24/7.
How big are these sandwiches? How filling?
Like 6-inch hoagie, so like they're thick in the sense that they're like a Subway 6-inch, so there's like vegetables in there and other things. It's not just bread and meat, but they're not footlongs and they're not tiny little baby sandwiches.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'm gonna start the line towards that buffet. If anybody wants to follow me.
Yeah, I'll follow.
All right, and I'm gonna take a sandwich and a cup of fruit.
All right. There also seems to be cups of water, and no, unfortunately, I was almost about to just fall into it. There's ale. No, this you're not getting free ale from the military. But yeah, there's free water, some juices. There are juices, but they're more like smoked juices to keep their preservative, so it's really horrid tasting unless you like smoked juices. You all get your plates. You all find a little nook to sit down in. What is it you guys are discussing? What's on your mind? What's going through the heads of the soldiers of Ardenfall?
I thought they would have given us at least high quality food since we are, doing their work.
Seems fairly high quality to me. I mean, it's not exactly slop.
Does this food look like slop?
No, they're sandwiches, and the fruit is.
But it looks like meh. You know. It just like white bread.
It's so good though.
Rye. So the bread is. Jeez, thank you, Riley. In real life, I would eat that shit. Good. Yeah. So on the plate, the plates are all white. They're all clean. It looks like the dwarves and the elves all seem to be working very hard. All of them women. To keep food coming and going. The breads are a rye dark bread. Still a bit moist though. Of roast beef in between. There is a tad of like dressing inside of it, and then there's side dressing on the. This is what I live for in D&D. Let me tell you what you're eating.
I eat it.
Yeah, there's vegetables inside.
I eat that shit.
It isn't horrid, and it isn't slop. It isn't just gruel and soup on a plate. No, it is not. It is not.
I eat it with a fork and knife.
No soma. Weird.
I eat it with a fork and knife.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing?
I'm eating, and I continue.
You can just use your hands, right?
I am using my hands, and I cut a piece pointedly and jab it, and then move it to eat.
I've never seen someone eat a sandwich with a fork and knife before. That's new. Anyways, in regards to our mission, how exactly are we gonna do this organizing? We can't just go in there blinded. We should have a plan.
Well, I figure I'll be staying next to either the big guy or a friend here. I point over toward Vera, because you seem like you'll be staying at the back often with your sniper.
I just have a mouthful of food, so I'm just shoveling this sandwich down.
Take your time. You don't have to answer right away. Well, looks like you're all by yourself in the front, big guy.
Yeah, I like it that way. Either of you get shot down, it's probably my ass dragging you back to safety, so...
Good point. I mean, hopefully no one's going to be needing to get dragged back to safety, though.
I mean, hopefully that person's still in one piece too.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot harder when they're not
What
one
drinks
piece.
do we have? Is it just like water?
As I said earlier, there is water, and there is also smoked juice.
Well, I know I have water.
Yup.
I'll drink to that, and I raise my glass of water. And I water it up.
Well, I do have everybody's back. So, you guys don't have to worry about if anything's trying to come behind you.
Except for you. You like to climb up on my back when I'm not looking.
Hey, that was just a one-time thing, buddy. Don't hold it against me.
Only
I'm
one
tired.
time?
Yeah,
So far.
my legs are tired.
I was thinking we could do that again.
I guess if I'm standing for such a long time, I mean, usually when I'm sniping, I'm gonna be low to the ground anyways, so I'm pretty comfortable.
Well, relatively from my perspective, you were all low to the ground all the time.
I don't get what you're trying to say.
I'm just
He's
making
trying.
the conversation over sandwiches. I mean, if you don't really need to look that deeply into my words. I'm not the sincerest guy, nor do I really think things through. I just say things and hope they don't get me slapped or discharged.
Oh, no worries. I've heard worse.
Oh, well, good. I feel better. Yeah, Sam. I have like an obscene amount of sandwiches.
I was about to say, I'm gonna get up and get a second sandwich.
No, yeah.
I guess I finished mine, and I kind of just tuck a napkin in my, pot, like do the little dab around my lips thing, like set my napkin down, and kind of just like wait.
All right. So Castle goes back, gets his 5th sandwich because he's scarfed 4 down and 1 plate. The service ladies do seem a little perturbed by the rate in which he produces plates, because he just takes sandwiches off of other plates and then puts them onto his own plate, ignoring the fruit. And then they're like, and the fruit, you can't not take the fruit. And so, you get your sandwiches, Vera.
Or they're vegetables.
Either or. You can get
I take vegetables. Fruit can stay behind, but I'm not one to just ignore vegetables. Yeah.
Okay. You do take a salad side. And Vera, you do take your 2nd plate. Enjoy it. Cal, you're watching your cows. I didn't even see that one coming. Thanks. Tsia, you enjoy. Maybe you don't. I'm not too sure. But you have a plate.
It's all right.
Thanks, yeah.
It fills me up.
No, it's not personal or anything. It's not like I imagined up this plate for you. Oh, dear.
Oh, God.
Castle, man, cover your mouth.
Sorry.
And as such, you guys are, oh, shit. All right, here's what I'm going to do. You guys get a flashback to your commander. He tells you that you guys have 2 rooms. The boys' room is 237. I'm now writing that down. The girls' room is 238, and that tomorrow morning you should report into his room at 3:46 on the right side of the fort at 9 a.m. Otherwise, you do have, it's about, it's one of those things where like his talk goes on for a lot longer than you think, and then you all had to be split up into teams earlier, so it's around 4:30 at the moment. You guys caught the last bit of lunchtime meals before dinner comes out. You guys are fed. You can choose to do whatever you want in terms of either in the city, or you can all go to bed, or you can all, whatever you want. What are we looking at?
I'd like to go see like the medical bay or the med depot, somewhere I can see about getting bandages and the like.
Okay. That probably would be on the barracks side that you're in a separate building. All right. So, and then how about the other folk? What do y'all want to do?
I'm still kind of reeling or like coming down off the emotional roller coaster that was buying yarn for my ill and sickly mother.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to go to the room and just kind of like take a breather away from people and things.
Okay. The girls' room, 238.
Yeah.
And Castle?
Cal, do you need help in the med bay?
Not help per se, but I might need some hands carrying things.
Oh, well, I have those. I can give you my hands.
Sick.
Wow, Cal, such cool lingo. What's sick? What
sounds good?
I'm fine. I never get sick. I've got a good immune system.
Is that
you probably regularly get shots. That's good to know.
I regularly get shot too. I mean, that's really all.
I kind of just like look at you, like shake my head, and, like I just start walking to the med bay.
All right, the two of you head to the med bay.
I kind of saunter after him, a little happier, a little bit more of a little jaunt in my step because I ate.
That's good.
Food is the greatest medicine.
With the high of food in your belly, you think?
Yeah. Maybe. I'll say that to a doctor too.
I pull out a pamphlet.
Food is the greatest medicine.
I would argue that in every way. And I start pulling out my pamphlets, rifling through them, and I go, just look at any of this.
It's a diabetes pamphlet.
Yeah, I hand him one. Check out insulin.
Insulin. Insolent. And Solin. And Solin. And I continue walking after him, following him.
Okay, you guys leave the
pamphlets kind of held sideways.
How about Tsia? Tsia, what are you gonna do?
Did everybody just like get up and walk away?
I mean, you guys discussed, hey, I think I'm gonna go to the med bay, so the boys go to the med bay. If you want to join them or not. Or Vera says that she's gonna head to her the girls' room, the girls' dorm.
All right, looks. I think I'm gonna head out for a stroll.
If you want. Oh no.
No, she's actually gonna go and head out, like, just go for a walk around, burn off the calories, and we don't have our weapons with us,
nope.
do we?
So you don't have your weapons. The only thing you have is three sets of clothes from your duffel, maybe a journal, maybe some personal effects. You don't have anything such as a med kit or a sniper rifle or a ammunition or even a knife. But you do have jackets and your spry disposition.
Wait, I don't have my med kit, my revolver.
Oh shit,
no.
Knife. So you do, okay? Actually, I was wrong. Let's retcon. You do have your med kit. Maybe it's a little low. You don't have a revolver. You don't have a combat knife.
Okay, cool.
No one has weapons. You turned in your weapons in the last port. You flew here, and then you were told that once you are assigned your things, you will be then assigned weaponry and ammunition. Okay. As militaries are wont to do, and not just give their guys guns as they go on boats and then stroll through cities. So see, you go for a walk. Let's start with Yes.
Also, she just wanted, I guess, like, find a spot and see if anything's walking by, kind of like air practice, air shots, just pretending to snipe.
Okay.
Like moving creatures, moving people, just like to practice, see if she's still, so she doesn't get rusty or anything like that.
Okay, let's start with the girls first then. So we'll go with the girls. Let's start with Vera. It's not, because it's not much. It's not much that you guys really care to do. So you go into your room. It does seem that there are two. You walk in. There's a window facing outwards towards the drill area. Looking out the drill area across the way, you see you're on the second floor. You see the quartermastery across the way to the left. You see the very large castle fort. Oh, I'm dying. Every episode, I got the burpees. Got little aliens coming out my chest. And you notice that there are two beds kind of in each corner in the room as you walk in. It's very bare. There's not much of anything in there. There is, the beds have their linens on them. There are two desks sort of left and left of each other. Everything looks like they can be moved at least, so you can at least change that. There are no decorations. There is a single sheet for a curtain, so to speak. It's not a sheet, but there's like a single one-piece curtain. Right. And there are two chests in front of both of the beds, so little like footlocker chests for the two of you. But all in all, a very small room. College dorm sized. It's not large at all, but it seems like it's better than open air bedding where you have to like share an entirety of a place with like a whole bunch of people. So at least there's that of this place. Is there anything in particular you want to do in your little free time as you relax?
Are one of these beds closer to the window than the other one, or are they like on the corners of the wall with the window? Or?
You realize as you walk in, with Tsia heading towards her own place, her own little time off, you do have all, maybe an hour at least before you're bothered. So essentially all the beds and all the furniture, all the footlockers, the beds, the what did I say? The desks. There's beds. Mm-hmm. There's two beds, two desks, two footlockers. None of them are stable to the ground. None of them are, essentially nailed down. Should you want to move things around, you can do that. But it is literally as you walk in, across the way, right in front of you, there's the window. Left and right, in both corners across the way, are two beds. Well, left and right, and then in between those two beds, right in front of the window, are two desks.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Then I'm just gonna take I'm gonna take the bed on the right.
Okay.
I'm gonna toss my duffel up on that the trunk at the foot of it.
All right.
I'm gonna take my shoes off and sit on that bed and just kind of breathe.
All right.
Yep.
It's
try to relax.
It's the first enjoyable, relaxing cot bed you've had in a while. It feels like it's made of like down goose feathers of some sort. Maybe it's hay, but it feels much better than a rack in a boat for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
The shoes smell up the air a little bit. There aren't any baths in here, but along like the hallway, you notice there is like a lavatory for girls, lavatory for guys. So there's different bathrooms and toiletries for each of y'all. So should you want to spend time there, is what you learn.
Sure. And
you relax. What can I get an insight? Nah, I don't have to roll insight. So I'm just demanding out of you. What is it on your mind as you're just kind of?
After seeing the yarn and just thinking about her mother that has some sort of like degenerative memory illness, and how she hasn't heard from her in a while, and probably maybe a little bit longer than what would be usual. So to her, that's just kind of a sign of a worsening condition.
Okay.
She was not doing very well in the beginning anyway, but
I have a question as a dungeon master. Is she with anyone?
No.
She's by herself.
Wait, who's her mom?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Hope Cobb.
All right.
Papa, sister.
Yeah,
brother.
There's just the dad, and let's see.
Papa Cobb.
There's a dad, and he's kind of a drunkard.
Ooh, Jesus, I'm sad. Stop talking.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I'm kidding.
Anyway, it's okay. And that's why she sends her money home.
Okay.
To hopefully help out her mom, because her dad does not. But,
Okay.
And she,
No siblings?
No siblings.
Okay, so you take some time to meditate on the fear of what may be going on at home, and trying to keep hope for hope. And with that, we fade to black, out of the window. Not fade to back, but we kind of like pan in a camera turn out of the window, pulling back above the fort and above the town. We pull over what is a well-kept sort of, not garden, a park area that sits in the front of the entirety of Fort Ardenfall. Trees line the area, sitting benches. It seems that children are at play with their families. It's getting a little later in the day, but it seems that people are still out and about, kind of relaxing. Those who kind of got off early are able to take their time with their off time. And we see Tsia. What are you doing, Tsia?
Is there like a lot of people at the park walking around, or even like little creatures?
Creatures.
Oh,
animals, creatures.
Like squirrels.
I'm like, are you looking for the good word? Because there's the good word. No, you do see that there is plenty of folk, about a handful, not all soldiers, just civilians, maybe some bardic looking folk. And there are a plethora of little squirrels and little bunnies, just kind of, dying, immediately falling over and dying from too much burps. No, you see, there's all tons of creatures, birds in the sky, squirrels on the ground.
Okay, she's just kind of like leaning back and closing one eye while doing like a finger gun gesture, and just pointing, pretending she's pulling the trigger, going to the next moving thing, pulling the trigger. Dead. 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 Dead.
Oh, okay. Roll attack.
Oh, shit. Oh my god, does something come out my fingers or something? 8.
None of them die. And maybe you feel like it's been like maybe a month since you've had a gun in your hands, so you feel like you could easily get these targets, but the fact that you can't balance an actual weight of equipment in your hands is slightly annoying. Maybe if you had a gun you'd kill him, but you have your fingers. And yeah, there's all that. Is there anything else you want to do before heading home or heading to the streets in the middle of the night? I can't stop you.
What am I doing? I don't even have a real gun in my hand. I feel so rusty. She just kind of sighs to herself, and she's gonna make her way back towards the room.
Okie doke. You make your way there. Again, the camera pans away from her face, kind of like lined up in the look of like if you were in her scope, and then it fades away to see a child playing with another child as they're kind of shooting finger guns at one another. One of the children falls to the ground and over dramatically plays dead. And then we pan up above the city, back to the fort known as Ardenfall, and we see two bros side by side, Cal and Castle. There's kind of like signs outside of every like building in the area, so like kind of like directing, like in front of the cafeteria there's definitely like a sign as to like each like for the stupid people, like barracks 1 is this way, barracks 2 is this way, barracks 3 and 4, even though they're all right next to each other and in eyesight. And then like it points like this is where the food hall is, but it also points that in barracks 1 there is the med hall, the medical bay. You guys make your way there. Castle, you kind of have to duck your head underneath the doorway, just kind of make your way in, and you notice that in every entranceway is just like a series of hallways, so to speak, but you get to a certain point where like the hallway stops and instead of rooms or billets, it kind of it essentially like opens up that there's a large row of several beds that seem to be put together for like medical treatment, and this seems to be like the open air kind of Bamsey area where it's like part waiting, part medical detail, and then so like it takes up half of the first floor essentially. So it's like the open air, and then behind all of that open air triage area is like a closed off space where there is more essentially back there. But there seems to be, as you make your way from the transition to door hallways where there are rooms to the medical area, there's a little front desk area, receptionist place. There seems to be a few doctors about. A few injured folk, a couple of benign injuries, like this guy stepped on some glass, this guy was too drunk one night. You can easily tell this Cal as you're looking about. Maybe a couple guys actually look injured from a few animal bites, but what is it that you are looking for?
So everything looks managed, nothing looks like overrun or overworked, everything looks under control.
Absolutely.
So who's kind of running the shop and everything like that?
So there is essentially, again, there's the she isn't running the place, but there's the receptionist who's
not the shop. Sorry, the tent.
Yeah, there's a receptionist who's kind of like filing papers and getting up from her little desk and moving back and forth. There are about 4 or 5 assistants to this much older male. He seems to be almost elven in features, very tall, very thin, but quite aged. He does carry a pair of spectacles. His hair is a bit long in the back. He and all of the people here are wearing the traditional long white coat sort of garb with the symbol of the medical corps on their chests, and he isn't necessarily paying direct attention to anyone here in the triage area, but he is like a sign, like, okay, here's what you do with this. Lift his leg up here. No, move this here. No, I think you got that. That's fine. And when he does need to step in, he does step in, but it doesn't seem like he needs to too much because his direction is well followed.
Okay, so it's good. I'm just gonna like sit and observe, make sure everything's like in good hands here, that this is a capable man. Before eventually like stepping up and kind of like introducing myself, and I greet him and I say like, oh, I don't know, maybe he's like talking to somebody and he's like, oh, put your hand here, and I was like, oh, good suggestion, sir. Something like that. I don't know.
No, yeah. Let me look up a name. No, Hartson is not this guy's name. Okay, no. These names are all dumb. Why did I pick these and put them from a random generator?
Just call me Doc.
Victy was used. No, that's a good one. All right. He's like, oh, well, no, just apply the stitching here and loop through, and then you kind of cut in on him there.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, actually, it's a little easier if you use tweezers to pull it through for you.
I'm sorry there, Lieutenant. Yes. That is correct. Use your tweezers, and you should be able to get a better grasp on it. Thank you, Lieutenant. That's fine advice. Quite well. I don't believe we have met.
I'm Lieutenant Kaladin Reynolds. Nice to meet you.
A pleasure to meet you as well. My name is I am Major Barnard, and I do run this portion of the triage. Thank you for your assistance in this minor injury, but you do not seem injured. Perhaps your big friend. He does look. Your face is quite scarred, sir. Are you hurt?
Thanks. You know, not that many people mentioned my face scars. That was really kind of you.
It's not so much that either of us are injured. It's I just wanted to make sure everything was in good hands here, and wanted to see what kind of medical supplies I'll be working with. And I start perusing things, basically totally uninvited, just like going over to cabinets, opening them, just like literally just going through things.
I apologize. He kind of stutters and he kind of pulls after you. Lieutenant Reynolds, was it? Reynolds, correct?
Correct.
Were you assigned?
You can call me Cal.
Cal, pleasure. Just call me Bond. Were you assigned to our detail? I should have received a notification. At least some sort of heads up, if you will.
Oh, none at all. I wasn't assigned to your detail. I'm just the most capable surgeon in this camp, by far. And if there was an emergency that needed me, I wanted to make sure I'd be able to take care of it.
His eyebrows raise as he tilts his head down, but he smiles and he smirks. Is that so? Well, it's good to hear of such confidence. We do need confident medics in this expedition. So I'm glad.
No, sir. You need capable medics in this expedition. And I kind of like pocket, I don't know, like something that's like a bandage or some like iodine, just like some basic shit.
As much as I appreciate your candor and your confidence in your methods, you will need to put that back, and should you need any materials, we can requisition those to you through orders. Now,
then how much for this bottle? And I like hand up hold the iodine.
That is not in my purview. I am currently assisting here with some of these men. If you would like some requisitions of equipment, you can speak to I don't think I already used Matilda. You can speak to Miss Arlell over there, and she should be able to assign you whatever it is you're looking for. But again, please, I do have things organized. Could you just return my iodine?
All right,
I need put this it down. Particularly for here, and we do have stores in the back.
I know I'm probably going to need some as well out on the field. And I kind of like walk away, and I just go straight to, like, give him a half-ass salute, like walk away.
his candor changes a little bit, but he does return the salute. As you were.
I got it out for other doctors. I'm not about it.
Shokugeki, no doctors. Fucking
Yeah,
Doctor
dog.
Wars. That should be a TV show. Who can bring this man back from death? Anyways, he there's a bit of tension. A bit of tension does develop. He will remember this. A little text appears up in the top right corner as you return the iodine, and you make your way to the little like desk area. That's a little L desk that this young human female does walk about. She has her hair up in a tight bun, glasses as well. In the white doctor's assistant uniform with a bit of a blue stripe signifying that she is not by any means a professional doctor. And she looks down at her papers. Yes, sir, can I help you?
It would appear my personal med kit is a bit short on supplies. I was wondering if I could get it refilled with some iodine and possibly some other goods.
Absolutely, that can be done. It depends on how well. I'd need to know how much you are missing. She does. Could I see your kit for a minute?
Sure, and I hand it over.
Mm-hmm. She kind of peruses through it. I see you do have a few days of bandages here, a bit of some rubbing alcohol, but you do seem a bit low. What is it that you had used all of this equipment on in such a... I mean, I have no idea when the last time you had used this, so...
I'm fairly certain you can figure out what I used it for.
That isn't something I entirely know. I just know it's all useful stuff. But I can get that for you. So
wait. Do I have a med kit or do I personally have a drug kit?
Here's what you say. You can ask for one. I don't know. I don't really know.
The med kit has 50 uses. A drug kit has 10 uses.
Okay. We'll say that in this line of requisitioning, as you come here, she takes over your stock. You maybe had like 1 more use of a drug kit and maybe 10 more uses of a medical kit, and all of that is replenished as she comes back with a stack of bandages, some like tourniquets, a couple of like clean packaged sterile tools, and then in the drug kit is essentially a lot of like distilling, small like minor distilling equipments.
Any iodines?
Buck tons, dude.
Literally the exact same bottle that I put back on the shelf. Like,
oh, hey, I'm the DM. She doesn't get that bottle. She goes to the back where she does pull some stuff out from there. That back room does seem to have a storage of equipment back there that she goes to. She comes back. She gives to you, delivers to you.
I give that like, can you believe this bullshit look to Castle. That kind of like just open mouth like, really? Like, I had it in my hands. Look to Castle.
I'm about 20 feet away, leaning in the doorway. I guess just letting him go around and treat this med bay like his stomping grounds. But I mean, I guess the second he beckons over to me, I kind of saunter over.
I didn't really beckon. I kind of just like looked at shrug, like really, some bullshit, you know. Like, sorry, this is taking so long.
All right, yeah. I just kind of stay by the doorway and I don't say anything in front of this other woman in the room.
And how much do I owe the woman?
So, I mean, you asking me, you owe her nothing. You ask her, she tells you, oh, this is not by any means something that you have to pay for. This does come out of arcade and goods, but at every month, at the beginning of every month, luckily for you, it is only the first of the month, which is perfectly fine. I was told you are Lieutenant Kaladin Reynolds, so this will be applied to your first replenishment. Which is fine. I'm sure they would have told you at some point to come here and receive said equipment. But at the beginning of every month, you can do so again, and you owe us nothing. Should you require more within the month, you will have to pay out of that personally. So just be effective with your use of tools.
Oh, of course, always am. And I thank you. And grab my stuff and leave.
Have a good day.
You too. Like, just kind of.
All right. And the both of you do then what? Return to your rooms.
Yeah.
Did you need my help carrying anything?
Nah, it's just my bags. It's just the medical kit and a drug kit.
Huge waste of time.
He says.
Waste of my time.
I know. I had the iodine in my head. Put it all the way back for another bottle that I ended up not even having to pay for. I tell you, like, I don't know who's running everything around here, but they don't really value what they're doing. It's, ooh, these medicines have a cost, and people's lives aren't the same. And
okay, well,
you see that doctor? I mean, how could he even surgery? His spectacles are far. His eyesight is long gone. And I kind of like push my glasses up on my brow.
Okay.
Just kinda, I don't know, just feeling angsty.
Oh, I'm really gonna have to make an effort to get along with this one. I'm gonna continue walking.
And we see the two bros head back to their rooms. By that point, it does seem to hit and crest about dusk. You two are assigned the same room, room 237. And Vera, you notice as Tsia, I assume you make your way back, unless you're doing something.
Yes.
All right, so Tsia, you make your way into the room. Vera, you notice her. Mr. Castle and Cal, you guys enter the room at the same time. Is there anything you two would like to discuss? Or four. But you guys aren't in the same room. Your rooms are across from each other, so, I mean, there's that. Whatever.
No, nothing for me.
Good evening, Vera. What have you been up to?
Not much. Just trying to relax the rest of this day away.
Yeah. So, I was wondering, you're proficient in pistols, right? Am I correct?
You could say that.
How long have you been,
Shooting things?
Yeah. That's the word I was thinking about.
A few years now. Started young when I was still a teenager, but stole some guns and used them how I wanted.
Quite young. Who taught you? Your parents?
Kind of self-taught in that way.
Self-taught? What kind of little girl gets into shooting?
Just point and shoot.
Did you have a rough past?
It wasn't, it was as rough as I made it. All my decisions were made by me, and anything that came of that, I just had to deal with.
Oh, I see.
But what about you? How long have you been toting rifles?
Well, I guess you could say the same thing like you. When I was a little girl. Not too little, though. I guess I should say a teenager. But I wasn't taught by... I wasn't self-taught or anything spectacular like that. It was more of a mentor.
Oh. And where is he now?
Dead.
Oh. Well.
Yeah, he was causing a lot of trouble, and I was sick of being told what to do. I do appreciate him teaching me, the ways of the sniper rifle, but he wasn't a good person. Not at all.
Oh.
So I had to get rid of him.
Sure. But you use your sniping powers for good, right?
Of course, now I do. But then again, I didn't necessarily have a choice.
Right.
After I killed them, the military kind of caught up to me, and it was either go in the military or rot in prison.
Right.
Yeah.
They asked me that same question. The one that's,
Did they?
not so much a question
Yeah.
as a directive.
All right.
What time is it?
Yeah. Your conversation continues. It goes on for a while. Y'all talk about not necessarily girl stuff, as I thought y'all would have, but y'all talk more about your weird, dark, creepy pasts. And in one room, we have two folks who reluctantly have joined the military at some, unnecessary means. And in the other room, we have the professional doctor and the professional soldier.
I just really miss Billy. I mean, he's the only one that's stayed alive with me the whole time, and we've had a lot of friends, and they've all died, and we.
I see. Yes.
He's the only one who hasn't, and I just.
No, you said when he lost, they did what with it? I'm sorry. That was an insane bit of a bit of meatball medicine, as we like to call it. Some meatball surgery.
What about meatball surgery?
Oh, it's when you're out in the field, you don't really have everything you need, or some people don't prepare well, and
I'm going to interject
just
for 1 second. Just disconnect and reconnect it, because you've been cutting out, and I don't want to miss your guys's. Yeah. With your shitty fucking internet, your apartment internet. Quit playing League.
I'm low key. No, I'm just kidding.
Ugh.
There you go. All right, and he back.
Sorry, I'll disconnect from my PUBG match too. Sorry.
Oh, that would totally.
Just kidding.
You had okay. I just want to know for my own personal entertainment. You said he lost what? So like, Jay, you were like improv.
Oh, I just said his left leg.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's still alive, but he lost his left leg.
It's actually pretty good that we went back there, because I didn't hear what you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Castle, what did they do when he lost his left leg?
When who lost his left leg?
When Billy lost his left leg, his below the knee.
Oh, we just grabbed a whole bunch of dirt and we packed it.
God! It's a wonder this man's still alive. It's a wonder any of you are alive.
I just come from a family where it's kind of just like tough it out.
Sorry.
I mean, we don't really sit there and complain like, oh, my leg's gone. Like, no, you just grab some dirt and you stick it in the hole, and you just hope that it heals over time.
That's not what you do. That's the opposite of what you do in a lot of cases. But he's alive, so maybe there's some. You applied the right kind of pressures, and I'm kind of just like trying to work out in my head how this guy survived, which is like dirt stuffed in his blown off leg.
So we take a flash cut to Billy and Billy Russo and Castle Smith, kind of like holding down a position, and it's maybe a full day after they have packed his leg full of dirt, and then in said packing,
Can I add an extra detail?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so like as
leg.
as it's being packed, it's also got to be cauterized. So I'm just shooting a whole bunch of bullets at the enemy continuously, and then using the hot barrel.
So metal,
like pressing it into his leg hole.
Yeah. So the day after that, you guys quite literally just take a whole bunch of rope and cloth and then stick a fucking like very thick tree branch underneath that leg, and it hurts with pain every time he like steps on that leg, but you guys fight and hold the line for like 2 days after that, before reinforcements arrive. And you guys, he has a cool prosthetic now, but he suffered many infections afterwards for that. It's clean now.
Sure.
They had to cut above that. It was gross. All right.
Yeah, we have our nice little moment.
And with that, should there be anything else left, I think you guys will take a little sleepies. It's you guys got an early morning.
Take a little nappy nap.
You guys bond for a couple
nappy
hours. You guys address your rooms however you want. There isn't really much to do. There is no additive stuff to your rooms. Just a bed, 2 desks, and 2 footlockers. You can move them however you want, but I don't care. Anyways, you guys take your naps. You sleep. You rest your heads. Undo your garbs. Move into your underclothes, whatever they may be. Some of you take the time. Does anyone not shower? Good. So you guys all take your time. All right, good. Y'all aren't those people. You guys have free access when you're here to use the latrines. The magic, the power of magic and technology in the late 18th century or whatever. And you rest and recuperate and find yourself feeling really refreshed the next day. Castle Samson Smith, your little knot in your back has relieved itself.
Wait, who?
Von Hamilton Richardson Von Samson Castle Smith.
No, I don't need the full name. I just want to make sure. It sounded like to me you said Castle Samson Smith.
I apologize.
Which is not. I mean, I could be wrong. I could have heard that wrong. That's also very likely. But I just wanted to make sure.
All right, Dixon.
That's all.
And
that's Dixon's a new one, but it can be accepted.
It's Richardson, right? So it would be Dixon.
Yeah.
And then you get your back all knotted out. The girls, you feel refreshed. Haven't slept on a good bed in days. Cal, the same thing goes for as you, and you all get your garb together, get your clothes together, pull up into your uniforms. You do have your armors. You were not assigned your weapons, but you do have your armors. And you guys make your way to where? To do what? I mean, I'm assuming you guys can just go to the captain's, the major's office.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys do the awkward thing where you both walk out of your rooms at exactly 8:45 and look at each other.
Good morning.
Morning.
Everybody ready?
Might as well be.
You then make your way towards the head building, the main fort. Inside, you see a very large reception area, plenty of soldiers moving equipment, seems like there's a lot of intelligence associates within here. They all wear very light clothing, many of them also quite young, and there's a little receptionist desk that you are able to pass by, as you were instructed that on the right side there's these 2 stairs on the left and right side of this very large foyer area. And as you make your way to the right side, there's a hallway of on the left side of this hallway there is just a series of doors with different officers' names on them, and then on the right side it's this open floor plan area of cubicles and different associates, officers enlisted, just doing their maintaining the intelligence that they can. A few actual guards do patrol in throughout the building, but they have a lighter uniform on, and they do seem to carry, instead of melee weapons that some of the town guard do, they carry small arms on them. And on the left side you all do see the door that reads Major I don't have a first name for him. You see Major Highwinter's plaque and marquee on his wall, on his door. Who
I guess we knock.
Yeah, that is. Report. And when you hear that, you understand that you all should come in, kind of file next to each other, shoulder by shoulder, and you do so. You guys all make your way in a line. You all stand next to each other.
For sure.
Yeah, it is procedure. Maybe one of you isn't all about, or 2 of you. I'm really kind of confused as to the outlook of 2 player characters and their life in the military. Not confused, but I'm interested. And you have to do the mandatory salute. He returns to you. He says at ease, and there are chairs there set for each of you as you all take them. Ladies, gentlemen, it is good to see you this fine morning. We do have a lot to get to today. and I want to get you out of here as soon as possible.
Great.
The first thing we're going to do is we're going to issue all of you your weapons. Mr. Reynolds, we will have to get you equipment for your particular skill set so that you can keep these people alive. But I believe that is it. And then once we get your weaponry and once we get your medical equipment, then we'll head. Oh, excuse me. Chow this morning was just awful. And once we do that, we will we'll head out to the outside of the fort. I'll give you directions on the map as to where you will be meeting a rallying forward point, and then they will give you more information there, but I can give you a rundown of essentially what should be occurring. Sound good with everyone?
Sounds good, aye, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, follow me. And he leads you out of the main fort area towards the quartermastery's area, and he essentially, very quickly, a lot of the people in there respond to him. He goes up to the front desk. Team 17, I suppose, is just what we'll call you. Just wait here. We should be able to bring out all of your stuff to you immediately. Some of the other teams have already been deployed into their parts, and so it shouldn't be hard to find yours. A dwarf and a human male come out with a series of essentially like these chests, but they're not chests. They're like very tight, long briefcases in which many guns are stored. Mm-hmm. And then a few crates of ammunition also come out in like these wooden boxes. And he then employs to each of you. Castle, you then receive your assault rifle. With your assault rifle, you do receive 50 rounds of ammunition, which is only a single clip. Well, no, we'll save you receive that clip, and then you receive another 50 in another clip. But that is as much ammunition as you will currently have for this month.
So 100 bullets.
100 bullets. And I put that on your character sheets. At some point, you can... it's like right next to character.
You put 50, so I'm going to put 100.
There you go, put 100.
Okay,
yeah. And keep track of that, because, that is part of this game. Bullets is the prime... It should be currency. It could be like caps. Anyways, following Castle, the next person with the biggest gun, we have Tsia. You receive a very well-maintained wooden cherry finished sniper rifle with a very long scope, very Springfield 1903-esque bolt-action feeded clip. With it, you only, however, receive 15 bullets, 5 for the first clip, 5 for another, and 5 for another. So you receive 15 bullets, 5 are in the chamber. Or that's how it kind of works, right?
Yeah, as she's gonna kind of like just put her eye to it on the scope and just kind of test it out, but not shooting anything.
Yeah. We'll say definitely that is all your weapons are unloaded in the armory at the moment. That is the rule, and you do recognize that there is a serial number on the like very right before the front sight. There is a serial number on there. Next to that, we have Vera. You, Vera, have been requisitioned 2 revolvers, and as such, you receive 6, 12, 18. What's 18 times 2, guys? 8, 6, 36?
Okay.
Yeah, nice. So 36 bullets, because you have 2 guns, and you got to keep up with both of them.
Okay.
And that is, again, this is how much you have for the month, until the first of the next month, when you can come back here and receive another allotment of ammunition. And then, since Cal, you are a medic and expected to not compete with your pistol as much, but you should have one just in case, you do receive 6, 12, 18. So you receive 18 bullets as well, and a revolver of the same make and size.
Sweet.
One of the dwarves does remind you, keep out there, Mr. Castle. You don't want to be caught in a storm, in the electrical discharge and dissipation. You may have your weapon jam up on you in certain situations, and the rest of you, those are totally immune to any sort of magical feedback. Essentially, Tsia, Vera, Cal, all of those weapons have the immune tag, so they cannot be disrupted at any point because they are very rudimentary, whereas an assault rifle could be, but that is only in certain circumstances that I make up whenever I feel like. And on top of that,
non-real tangible life is in your hands, Michael.
I love you. And then you, at that point, the guards leave. The armorers leave, and you guys are then. It's at that point that Cal, you are turned to by Mr. Major. What's his face? Hi, Winter. He says, "All right, I think we should get you medical equipment as soon as possible. Correct?"
Correct. Well, no, I've actually received my medical requisites already.
Oh, you did? Oh, well, that saves us time. Let's all head out from here. And
That's what I do.
You guys are then led out of the town, out of the city, as Major Highwinter does keep in front of you. He does have like a little small ledger at his side. He does keep a revolver to his side as well. And he doesn't seem to be wearing any armor at the moment. But he leads you to the front. The very like westernmost gate. There are three gates. No, that's fine. There are 3 gates to the city. One to the west, one to the north, and one to the south. And once you guys reach the outside gate, you then are rebriefed again on your state of affairs. So I will pull up my map just so we can get a visual aspect for the players. Unfortunately, not for the viewers. Sorry, viewers.
Yeah.
You guys don't understand how hard J. Cody has been like, Michael, your video suck because there's no video. And I'm like, I get it. Anyways, you guys are on the front side, on the western side. I mean,
that's an abridged version of it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's straight to the point. You guys are on the western side of the city. And this follows a road into what is essentially very open plains. They're a little hilly. But these plains do seem to have a series of farmland, a few farmhouses out towards the area, further back towards like the end of. So the farms are like very close to the city themselves. It's like very like right. Hold on, let me pull up my.
Which city is the port city? Because he keeps saying that port city, and
there's only one port. There's only one city on the port on the coastline. At the top right. Sorry, there is another little location down south. I mean, you could look at it because it is on maps essentially. But you are in this port city. Do you see it, Mr. Blake?
No, I do not. But that could be just an issue of me being able to scroll sideways.
Yeah, I guess if you don't know how to use a computer, then you might be screwed. Anyways,
yeah, no, that's my issue here.
So, Theater of the Mind, there are a few farms closest to the city, even down south as well. So like here and here. But further out, you do notice pockmarks along the fields, and a few dead horses and a few dead humanoid figures that are like that you assume must have been blasted on by artillery fire and ballista fire. Major Highwood then addresses you. All right, gentlemen or ladies, Team 17, whatever. You guys need to make your way through the next 60 or so miles towards the there's a forward post about marked here that's about 40 or so miles north, and once you reach the harder tree line, you should run into an encampment there. Once you reach this encampment, they will have more information for you there, what needs to be scouted in further in towards the Grey Woods themselves. Once you complete the task they have for you, shouldn't take you any further west than about this location here. You will report back to them. They should either have they may have orders from me to relay towards you. If they do not, they will send you back here. Sound good with everyone?
Aye, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
right.
wow. Would you look
sir.
at that?
Yeah, you guys are really chalking up to be a team. All right, come back alive. Don't do anything stupid. Play it safe. If you come across any of the savages, look, don't. If you need to engage, but draw back if you can. Good luck, Team 7. Team 17, and before you leave, I have one last gift for each of you. And he pulls out a wooden box, well carved, well maintained. This here, I had ordered for each of you, so use them to the best of your abilities should you need to. I know sometimes a gun can be a little unreliable in terms of in relationship to a knife, a good solid knife. So he does hand you essentially like a Beodwin kind of like carved, almost exotic knife blade, and then the long blade itself is very Bowie K-bar style. So it's a very thick, almost short sword sized dagger, but it is effectively a dagger that he gives all of you.
Nice.
And he then salutes you. Before you salute him, you get the sign, and you guys make your way through the woods. As you're marching your way through this sort of roaded area, there are less trees on the right, on the northwestern side, but there are still trees. So this entire area right here does seem to follow a sort of like treed wooden path. A little sparse, but it's still, trees on the left and right. There's not just blank stuff over here, right? And as you're making your way through, I'd like everyone to make a perception check.
All right.
20.
Ooh.
17.
Ooh.
Sorry. 7.
Wham.
6.
All right, so we have Castle at the front, I'm assuming, and then we got kind of behind him.
The most vigilant.
But behind him in a V formation, we have maybe Vera on the left or right behind him, Cal on the left or right behind him, and then furthest behind, maybe another 10 feet behind both of them, is Miss Tsia. And Tsia, you notice a pair of dark yellow eyes that kind of glint in the tree line as the tree canopy kind of covers and makes the wooded area a bit darker. You see something kind of trying to hide its way out to the side of you.
Psst. Hey, guys.
Huh?
Hold on a
Yes.
second. Something's watching us.
Okay. From where?
You said it was in the bushes, right, Michael?
To the tree line, maybe left of the road. No, to the tree line to the right of this like current road. Maybe 40 feet ahead of Castle to his right.
Straight up there, as she's gonna point to that general direction. I saw something staring. I don't know if it was just my imagination, but
Okay.
Keep your
I'm
eyes
going
peeled.
to use my talent imposing frame and stand in front of everybody. And they now have a half cover. If they are basically within 5 feet of me.
Okay, yeah, very cool. You do take a stance, kind of pull your gun at the ready, and you kind of pull a wider stance. At that moment, as you kind of do that, you hear a howl further. Castle, you clearly hear a howl right off to your right and 40 feet ahead. Just a... And in response to that, there are more voices that you hear, or more howls. It seems that your position is definitely noticed by other figures. But you can currently see and Castle. At the moment, you can only see one of these low crouching figures.
Can I see them or no with the 17?
I think, yeah, definitely. You definitely do. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, you do see him. It's a wolf.
Ooh.
Surprise.
Stay calm. If it's not attacking, maybe we can just walk away.
Okay. Would you like to attempt that, all of you? I mean,
Sure.
I would need a check from somebody, particularly the medic. Could you make a medicine check?
Okay, I will medicine it up.
You clearly see this
So-
wolf. It's not too far away from you.
Ooh, 11.
Its fur, matted, is one thing that you can clearly see, but at the front of its mouth, it does seem to froth a bit, and it's growling constantly at all of you. It begins at that point to march closer towards you, and howls from the southwest begin to encroach on your position.
I shoot it.
All right, roll to attack.
Okay.
What's the roll?
Oh, 15, sorry.
Thank you. All right, with that, you hear all of you behind you a loud cacophonous crack as the bullet flies through the air, and with that, it deals 8 points of damage, slamming right into the wolf, bloodying it and severely wounding this creature. And in so, we will hit.
No point, it's hostile.
We will hit our first combat. All right, you guys got the map of the woods kind of curving through. I would like everyone to now pull their characters along the map. So I'm going to point out where essentially y'all should be. So Tsia, you are furthest along the south part of the road back here. Is that cool? It's in the top right of the map, so you should be able to see it. Bring that shit down. You should be able to...
I can't do that. You can.
Okay, I'll edit it. All right, so we'll do a free transform. Womp. There we go. Perfect. You're there. And then I need Mr. Castle. Drag your character sheet, your character button right here to the right side.
Remind me how to do that real quick.
Go to the journal.
Yeah.
You see your name there. Pull and drag your name onto the battleground.
Okay.
And I will edit this for you, and then I will place you particularly where you are. You're about, you're right there. And then I need...
Well, no, remember, because I said everyone needs to be within 5 feet of me if I'm using imposing frame.
You did say you were using imposing frame. I didn't see any... So, like, they have to be there before you have to use it?
They have to be within 5 feet of me if they want to get the half cover benefit, because how else would they get that?
I didn't hear anyone move up towards you.
I thought we were moving together in advance.
Yeah, we all thought we were moving together.
Okay, sure. We can say that. We'll say at least one of you. So, Vera, you're right next to him and behind him. All right. Look at these big-ass tokens. I need to edit these at some point. I'll do that. The tokens are quite large. And then, we'll say Cal, you're right behind him. We can put you right there. And you know what? With that, we'll put the girl... I think maybe a little bit closer, at least 10 feet away from the farthest person. And what you see is a bloodied wolf now frothing and bleeding in all of its orifices. And it is not happy about it. It roars and howls loudly into the night, into the midday. And where's my token? Where's my monsters? Oh, I got too many, guys. Got too many. Here we go. Wolf Boy.
Ooh.
Wolf Boy 1.
Whoa, scary Wolf Boy.
Bloodied there.
Ooh.
And with this, I will open up some more of the battle area, because you can see at the moment now more creatures as they howl and reveal their position. Oh no. I'm getting some lag here. All right, perfect. Oh, okay, here we go. Sorry for the delay.
Hi, kitty.
Fuck you, kitty.
What?
There we go.
Damn.
Kind of above the ridge line to your south, you see a wolf boy. Well, it's just a wolf, not a wolf boy. Kind of hiding within a tree line. It's only a small incline, so you can gather its figure. And furthest to the south, you do see another wolf. They all seem to be kind of near some trees, utilizing them as a cover to hide from the four of you. At that point, now everyone needs to click on their characters and then roll the initiative button. So you click on your tokens and then you roll initiative. We have Castle with an 11.
Click which one's the initiative one?
It's in your character sheet. It's where initiative is.
Oh, okay, in our character sheet, not on the tokens.
Yeah,
okay.
no. We have Tsia, the sniper, with a 21 initiative. And then we got the medics, Cal, with a 17, and the gunslinger with a 10. And then I'm gonna add these boys to the combat. Add these boys to the combat, and then I'm just gonna roll this d20 4 times. 4 separate times because I can't roll them all at once without messing up for some reason. So 1, and this is going to be top left, top right, top bottom left, bottom right. 1, 2, 3, 4. That comes to a 15, 9, 11, and 6. So number 15. Where are my guys? Ugh. Sorry guys, I got a lot of shit to edit on these fucking tokens. 15 for him in the top left, north left, and then 9 for the top right, who is already bloodied and hurt. And then at the tree line above the ridge, he gained an 11 on his initiative, and the final guy got a 6 further south. If I use the settings to put that in descending order, we start at the top of the round with not a surprise round, but you got your shot in on the Bloodied Wolf. So, Tsia, it's your turn.
All right, and the Bloodied Wolf was this one, correct?
Top right.
All right, yeah, as she is going to focus her scope in on, aiming at the head, and she's going to shoot once more.
Okay. You can do that. Oh, bam. All right. You aim true amidst the tree line and within the bush and brush, and you pull your sight right on the head of this wolf creature. You pull the trigger. The barrel curves and not curves, but it flies straight through the air, spiraling as it does, and landing with a sickening, quick insertion into the head of this wolf. It yelps and falls dead to the ground. And then I get to put a little X on him. He dead now. All right.
One down.
Nice.
With that, we come to the next turn. As the medic, you see that one of your adversaries, these great wolves, has died.
So all right, these wolves are feral AF.
Very much so. You have discerned that with your medicine.
Can I see this wolf in the bottom left?
I'll say.
Or would I have a clearer sight on this one on the top left?
I say you could see all of them. It's
Okay.
just a little difficult terrain to go up that little hill.
25. Okay. I am going to use my outthink, outsmart. He's within 30 feet, so I can use my intelligence as my attack modifier.
Oh man.
I'm gonna shoot with my revolver.
Oh what?
Meow.
Yeah. So I think you.
Actually, that's only adding the +1 there.
Yeah,
that
so
should be
plus
my
4 to that, 12?
+6.
14.
No.
It should be a
It's
plus
7
6.
plus 1, so it goes to 8. But then 7 plus 6.
Yes, 13.
Intelligence plus proficiency. Yeah.
Oh shit! What is that? 13?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that definitely hits. And that damage applies for 1. Definitely goes in. It hits into.
Well, that should be 5 points of damage because it's +4.
Yeah,
I'll change that in my settings.
We'll do some editing. Yeah, you can easily do that. So 5 points of damage is applied to the wolf. We'll say he's bloodied as well as it lands into the thick of his body and it knocks him aside into the tree. And he yelps out in pain. And with that, we then anything else, Mr.
That is my turn. I'll move right up here to just one little space.
All right, sounds good.
Over.
And click your guy, move him over. Sounds good. And with that, next we'll move to Wolfie number 1. Oh god, the wolf cries out, "I had too much chicken for dinner," and he runs down to you. 5, 10, 15, 20. And he's right up in the biggest man's grill as he makes the most imposing of targets. And he will then...
Okay, that's better.
Okay, yeah, perfect. And he will then roll his attacks. I will use the dice roller here because I don't have saved character sheets for them because I'm not that prepared. I never was. That's a plus... just so you know, it's going to be a +4 to hit. So we roll that. And it should add that. 7. He smishes. He lunges up towards you, and you easily sidestep out of his lunging.
No. Bad dog. Bad doggy.
Oh.
No.
Whoops.
And he can't land his hopeful attack. Comes to the next wolf, and seeing his ally doing so, he is going to sprint up towards him down the hill. 5, 10, 15, and 20. And then he comes around it, and he comes lunging at you. Now that he is within 5 feet of an ally, his own ally, who isn't incapacitated, he has advantage on this attack. So he's going to roll +4 to hit 2 times, and he's going to take the higher number. 8. Ooh, that doesn't hit. Yeah, 20. He does it. Good job, wolf. And he lunges into your calf, sinking his diseased teeth into your leg. That is going to be 2d4 +2. I believe that is correct.
Really?
2d4
Yeah,
2
dude,
for
wolves
a
are
wolf.
savage.
They are nasty ass wolves. 6 points of damage as he chomps into you. And he bites it. He bites it real hard.
Ow.
And with that, it does come to your turn. They only have 1 attack. Don't worry.
So here's the thing. I can't really find anywhere anything that says that I can only use like 1 talent at one time, or how
You only have
exactly
1
that
attack,
works.
though. You only have 1 attack. You don't have extra attack or anything.
No, I understand, but I use imposing frame. If I were to use another, and that
no,
stays,
it doesn't go.
use...
I don't think it goes away. And if it does, and someone's going to tell me that I'm wrong about Amethyst Quintessence,
Okay.
I don't really give a shit at the moment.
Okay.
Go
Is
ahead.
there any way that I can get both of these wolves in a 10-foot cone?
I say they are. They're like right next to you, so you could easily spray that.
All right, so then I'm going to use my attack of necessity.
All right.
They need to make dexterity saving throws.
Sounds good. They're gonna do that for you with both of them rolling a +2 to their saves. The first one on your left rolls a 18. The second one rolls an 8. So 1 fails, 1 succeeds. I think on a fail they take full. On a succeed they take half.
Blake,
Yes.
your imposing
Frame only lasts till next turn. So it's like you do it
Okay.
at the end.
So
or
now it's
something.
gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now it's gone. Okay.
Perfect. So 1
all
fails,
right,
1
then
succeeds.
now you said when I use my talents, I use a D10 and not a
Exactly.
D8 for damage,
Exactly.
right? Okay,
Let
I don't
me-
have that
tell
on
me
my
if-
character sheet.
Tell me if do they take half damage on a fail or half damage on
Yeah.
a succeed?
Yes.
Okay, so they take half damage.
So I'm gonna roll a D10.
All right. So ooh,
Nice.
Jesus.
+3,
All right. So the one on the +3. So that's what 12.
12.
All right, the one on the left
So
takes
one
6
takes
points
12.
of damage. That's the one on the left of you, and he is peppered by a series of bullets. That uses 5 of your rounds, just so you know. And
It says you can expend ammunition with each saving throw attempted.
oh, okay,
Or I
yeah. So
expend
only
ammunition with each saving
only 2 of these people are. So only 2 rounds are used. Sorry, correct.
Okay, so that's in each one's 5 bullets.
Yeah. So you quickly pull to the left, pull to the right, and no, that's not 5 bullets. It's 2 because you hit 2 targets.
I spend 1 bullet on each.
Yeah, because you forced 2 targets to make saves. If you forced 5 targets
Okay.
to make saves, then it would be
Yeah.
5 bullets. 6 targets, even then.
Okay,
But
cool.
the other one, to the right of you, is blasted back and falls limp on his side as he takes too much damage to survive. And he is deado. And I will put another little token on top of him. And with that, yes?
No, well, no. Now I can use my imposing frame because it only costs movement for me to use. It says I spend movement. You can spend 30 feet of movement and gain a +1 bonus to AC and provide half cover. And I haven't moved.
Okay, sounds good.
So now I can use imposing frame.
You do.
Riley's
have cover.
Vera is the
Vera.
only one. Yeah, she's the only one who gets that benefit, but I get a bonus to my AC as well. So,
Sounds good. Sounds good.
right.
Oh, so you both gain a +1 to AC and half cover?
I gain a +1 to AC. She gains half cover.
Okay, what
Cool.
a cool talent. And with that,
Yeah.
we'll move on to our gunslinger, Miss Vera Cobb.
All right. First thing, I want to move, like right here. I don't know if I can because the dead wolf is there. But we're gonna try it.
Yeah, you easily can
It worked?
walk on top.
Okay, so now that live wolf, is it 5 feet from me?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Then I'm gonna use my revolver.
Eee.
Mm.
Yes.
And I gotta Oh, damn, I got a 22.
Oh, snap.
Well, actually, a 23, since he's within 5 feet of me.
Correct. Your AC goes up, and you have a +1 to hit when you're within 5 feet of creature. You basically walk up to this wolf, saunter across his dead body, pull your pistol out, stick it right next to his head, and pull the trigger, blasting it back, leaving a wide caving opening, and just tongue left as he also. He did too.
All right.
8 points of damage. Nasty.
Okay, cool. And this other one that's the only one left. Can I hit that from here?
I'm gonna say he does have half cover because there's a big guy in front of you, and it's a little bit of a high incline at that point. But you could go for it. He only gains like a +2 to AC or something.
Yeah. All right. Well, where is it?
All right. You pull that trigger.
And bam.
Yeah, you can also move if you want to. 19 definitely does hit. You did move 1 square. And you blast 5 points of damage into him. He's bloodied too. You guys are making good work of these puppos. And he get your hands away from the mic, dirty boy. And he howls off into the distance. And with that, anything else? Any other movement?
No, that is it.
Oh, okay. Moving on, it is his turn. Mr. Initiative 6. He is blasted like to the side by it, kind of, and then he runs up 5, 10. Let's check this wolf's movement. All right, perfect. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. He has 40 feet of movement. And he takes a hard L turn as he runs up to the sniper, who is alone and separated in the back. And then he is going to roll to hit. Let's see if he does. That's 20. That's 20. That's 20. 7. Now he misses. He's like, I'm bloodied. I'm a dog.
She smacks his snout with the end of her gun.
And he can't do anything. It's your turn. You have disadvantage on sniper attacks because you are within 5 feet.
But we were given a what were we given?
I don't know. I'm not the dungeon master.
Combat knife.
Would I have my revolver with me? Or is that still disadvantage?
Oh, wait, you do, but it is also a disadvantage unless you're a gunslinger.
A knife.
Sick knife, bruh.
A knife that does hella damage.
I don't have the thing for the knife.
Just roll a d20 plus dex.
Okay, yeah. She's gonna quickly pull that out and slice at its face.
You should have it on your character. Oh, no, you don't. We erased it on my buddy's paper. Sorrow. All right.
Plus my dex, right?
Absolutely.
16?
16 to hit. Definitely hits.
And then what is it, a d4?
Yeah, d4 plus dex. Can you do it?
7.
7 points? 7 points of damage? Oh, tell me where it goes.
Yeah, as I quickly pull out my dagger, I'm going to shove it straight into its snout and then cut up.
Oh, Jesus. You gut right through the
They made to do that.
Quit rolling, bro. You cut right through the front of the nose of this hound pupper. He yelps as it goes. It's too painful. You carve up through the head, leaving a big old gash. He's bleeding everywhere into his mouth. He starts gurgling on his own blood, and this wolf dies as well. And that you have cleared the combat initiative.
I'm frantically grabbing
I'd like to walk
dirt.
over to Castle.
No, before he even touches me, I frantically grab dirt from the ground and start getting into all my scratches and
yeah.
All
of you pull
Castle,
together.
Castle, let me see your wounds. I can fix those up.
As you start to attempt to his wounds, and as Castle, you are beginning to put dirt basically into your wounds. You all, come together, take a few seconds to breathe, but off into the distance, howling heavily, just like the deepest, bassiest growl, just with anger and malice and just
angry,
angry dog gorilla.
Yes.
You seem to have angered some large wolf-like lupin, dupin, vulpine, whatever they're called, creature.
Does it sound like it's heading toward us?
it sounds like it is not far away by any means, and it does. Yeah, I mean, he howls in a single location. Dogs don't howl when they run. I don't think.
All right, can you show on the map which direction we're hearing it from exactly?
Can I heal
west,
Blake?
southwest, and you do. You
Can
do
I
heal
heal
Blake,
Classel?
so do that right now.
How
many points does he heal?
I'll do it twice.
Okay, you do it very quickly.
So
you do
you
that
get twice, and I lose 2 medical kits.
All right.
How much healing?
7 total.
There you go. And the 4 of you begin to hear a very large rustling in the woods that comes from further southwest. And with that, we will call this an episode. Take a beat here, and we'll encounter whatever this beast possibly is in the next episode. So, Blake is gone, so I don't know how we're gonna do an outro. I mean, we're gonna do an outro anyways. So,
Without Blake.
I'm Mike, your dungeon master. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And with us today, I'm Blake, and I'm playing Von Hampton Castle Smith.
And I'm Han playing Tsia.
It was Riley playing Vera.
That was Jake Cody playing Kaladin.
All right. Be sure, y'all listeners out there, to hit the like button if you liked it. Comment if you want to see me kill these guys. Subscribe if you're feeling, just real motivated by Dungeons and Dragons, and push notifications if you want to see more of what we're doing, us screwing around playing Dungeons and Dragons. And with that, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Oh, there's no watching.
Bye.
I'm dumb.